Hey guys, welcome back to Double Scoop.
Welcome back,
Janine.
David.
I think at least for all fitness journeys, no matter if it's the casual, I just want to be a little bit more active, to full blown athlete, I'm training in a sport, your fitness identity is really made up of two big buckets. And the
Yeah,
first one we're going to talk about is motivation versus discipline, which you have heard us talk about on this channel before.
yeah. So motivation, what is that? It's basically just it's that first initial burst of inspiration, I guess. Just like oh, you saw a YouTube short of me working out, and you're like, oh, hey, I want to get in the gym and look like David, or I want to look like Janine and deadlift 300 pounds.
Not there
So
yet, but we're working on it.
so that's the motivation, right? The initial burst, and that'll get you started.
Oh yeah, very helpful to get you started, and it is amazing and so beneficial to keep motivation all around you. Surround yourself with the right people, consume the right content, the right material, because it really does do wonders.
But then what happens when that motivation kind of wears off?
The
When
burst
you
is a little
lose the drive, you
yeah,
lose that
burst
burst of adrenaline or burst of whatever.
inspiration.
All the things we keep saying.
And you kind of have to learn to not rely so much on that motivation, but to really build up your discipline. So that is something you can really lean into.
And that's hard. Discipline is hard. Um, the biggest thing for me to be disciplined is knowing that if I don't do something at a certain time of the day, I'm not going to do it. I've realized that about myself, and I've shared that with you. If I don't go to the gym in the afternoon, I can't go too late. I can't go in the morning. I'm
Is
not going to
that
go.
discipline though, or is that an excuse, which we're going to get into?
That's fair.
You're jumping the gun.
I am jumping the gun.
So for me, I would say discipline is making fitness just a regimen you have to do. And I heard I heard from someone way smarter than me one time, you have to prioritize fitness the way you prioritize brushing your teeth,
Hmm.
consuming water, going to bed. You just have to make it something that you have to do. And thinking about it in that mindset really helped kind of switch things for me
Yeah,
and really gave me that discipline and that mindset. It's something you have to do to take care of yourself. And there's no ifs, buts about it. It is a non negotiable factor, whatever that looks like.
yeah, I like that. I've never heard that, but I like it.
Yeah.
Um, and I think also only focusing on maybe one thing a week, one thing every other week. Don't take on 7 things in a week that you're committed to doing.
For
That
sure.
that's too much.
It's not sustainable. It's not realistic and it's not practical.
If you're new to meal prepping and fitness and all of that, you're not going to meal prep and work out every day and do cardio every day and get to bed at a certain time every day.
And drink your gallon of water and log everything. Like, that's just
That
way too much to take on. That's a big bite.
will not happen.
Right.
So start slow. Start with one change a week, every other week, something like that, and build up from there. Once you conquer the first one, get comfortable with it, add one to it.
Finding your balance, just changing your mindset, and slowly over time you'll build up these good habits, and you'll find that you crave them and you do have that discipline because they're just such an integral part of your routine.
Yeah, totally agree. Biggest thing is prioritizing yourself. Make you the priority in everything.
Because you're worthy of being taken care of, and that's all we try to preach and just to kind of spread awareness of is taking care of yourself in the physical and mental form.
Yeah,
Goes a long way.
yeah, definitely.
In taking care of yourself, you have this bucket of motivation versus discipline. And the second bucket that I don't hear quite as many people talk about is modification versus excuses. Now, I know you've never heard this before until I brought it up.
No, I hadn't, but it makes sense. And
Mm-hmm.
I am very guilty of making excuses.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys know, I've had a lot of injuries, a lot of surgeries, and I make excuses. I
We
hate,
all do. It's not just you. We
yeah,
are all guilty of doing it. I think sometimes it's really easy to say, oh, I'm a beginner, I'm really uncomfortable, I'm not going to go to the gym because I don't feel comfortable. It's not an environment that I'm familiar with. It's too new. It causes a lot of anxiety. Okay, you could go on a walk.
Mm.
You could just take your stairs up and down 10 times. So it's really just looking in the mirror and recognizing within yourself, am I making a modification for injury, for anxiety, for my schedule, or am I making an excuse?
Yeah. And like you said, we're all guilty of that.
Hmm.
Um, but there are ways to get around those excuses, to modify everything, to start very slow, and just build up from there. As you continue your fitness journey or your diet journey or whatever it may be, once you start the process and you keep with it, you have the discipline. After the motivation wears off, you have the discipline. You will find the anxiety goes away. You feel better about yourself. The the high that you get of feeling good about you, even if you can't really see a physical change, the inside is what you will feel first, and it is amazing.
No excuse is worth not prioritizing yourself. And so, whatever that modification looks like, for me, I know if I want to lose weight, I've got to do cardio.
Mhm.
I'm still working full time. I have to commute into the office a few days a week because I'm on a hybrid schedule. David's not a cardio guy, but I enjoy that quality time of us strength training after work.
Mhm.
So that means I've been getting up at 5:30 in the morning to do my cardio.
Which is amazing. I cheer her on. I'm usually awake when she gets out of bed, and I tell her I'm proud of her. And
Thanks. Means a lot, actually, really does.
unfortunately, that's all I can do because I'm not a cardio guy
Or a morning person.
or a morning person. However, we still go on walks. We enjoy taking our dog for a walk,
Yeah,
or
just moving.
yeah, just moving around, and that's kind of my cardio. Just and we get to spend time together, which I
Yeah.
enjoy.
So it's really about modifying for where things can kind of fit into your life with your current circumstances and with your current level of comfortability.
Yeah,
So, modifying your diet slowly but surely in ways that help build that discipline for better habits, modifying your activity level, and even modifying, what you expose yourself to if it is unhealthy habits that you're trying to get out of. If you are somebody that likes to go out and, socially drink with friends and obviously increased alcohol will keep you from meeting your goals, maybe we start dialing that in a little bit. Like instead of going out Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night, I'm going to take it back to just 2 nights a week. And maybe slowly from there, you take it back to one night a week or whatever that may look like.
yeah. I remember you telling me when we first started dating the biggest change because I don't drink during the week. I never have. Um, I'm just a weekend guy. But you and your schedule, and you were a bartender for a long time. I think you told me the biggest change you noticed was when you had cut back on the weekly drinking. Just how much better you felt about yourself.
Yeah, I did. And it was nice to not be just out in somebody's restaurant or at somebody's bar all the time and spending all this money just going out to eat and going out to drink and just having a routine and having a schedule of knowing like I'm cooking for us every night
Yeah,
and saving that glass of wine for the weekend. And I really enjoy it, especially because I put in these habits during the week that I stick to. I enjoy it so much more because I'm rewarding myself,
yeah,
you know for sticking to it, my goals and
yeah,
kind of balance I've set up for myself.
yeah, definitely. So really, the message is there's no excuse for anything.
Hmm.
You can modify anything. You can modify any diet. You can modify any workout. You can modify any cardio. You can modify your day, just in 5-minute increments.
Hmm.
Anything.
Park at the back of the parking lot when you're going to get groceries so that you get in a few extra steps.
Yeah,
Take the stairs instead of the elevator.
yeah. There's a million ways. You can just start small and work up from there.
Hmm. And doing that in turn builds up discipline so that when you don't always have that motivation,
Mhm.
you have something to keep you going.
Yeah. So we believe in you. We're proud of you. Keep at it.
It's constantly a work in progress.
Always work. Always. The discipline never stops. Don't beat yourself up if you slip up a little bit, if you miss a day of working out or you slip up on your diet. Okay, so what? Get back on the next day.
We're constantly in practice at being a better version of ourselves. And truly, every day is a chance to just be a little bit better.
Yeah. The sun will come up tomorrow. As long as you're above the dirt, it's a great day.
Anyway, tell us what you guys are working on this week. Tell us about what goals you have for yourself, what you're trying to change, and where you find motivation, where you find discipline. We just want to hear from you guys.
Yeah. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what content you want to see, or anything more of a personalized, whatever.
Yeah, we take requests.
Absolutely.
Anyway, guys, y'all have a great week, and we will see you next time.
Double scoop.
Out.